She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 10 NFL predictions. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with Thursday Night Football between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. And I think this will go 35-10 for Baltimore. Even though Baltimore nearly lost to Minnesota last week, I think that Lamar Jackson will have no problem against that Miami defense, and that either if it's Brissett or Tua, it doesn't matter. I believe either of those two will not stand a chance against that Baltimore pass rush and that Baltimore secondary. Now, to start out Sunday, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets, and I got the Bills winning this 24-17. Honestly, that Bills loss from last week against Jacksonville, that is scary. Mostly because you don't see a terrible team beat a team that's on the rise like that. And honestly, I think this is just showing that the Buffalo Bills' flaws are starting to show. And it's going to show against the New York Jets. Whether it's Mike White, whether it's Josh Johnson, whether it's Zach Wilson, that is what's going to give the Buffalo Bills the win. Mostly because, honestly, if that offense of the Bills can do well against the Jets D, and if that Buffalo D can stop the Jets offense, that's all they need to win. Now, on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Washington Football Team. And I got the Bucs winning this 26-20. Now, I have a feeling that Washington's going to come all out against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are going to come out of the bye ready for some football. But is it going to be good for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? And honestly, I'm going to just say this. They're going to come out with the win, but this is going to be a sloppy game they're going to play against the Washington Football Team. Now, on to the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And I got the Cowboys winning this 25-24. Now, Dallas has been very bad these past few weeks. Honestly, they nearly lost to Minnesota and lost to Denver. Now, those are two teams that Dallas should have won easily. I understand the Minnesota game, Cooper Rush was the quarterback, but not this game. This game, it should have been a win over Denver. And honestly, the Atlanta Falcons are going to choke this game. That is the reason why the Cowboys will win. But if not, the win will 100% be Atlanta. But I am predicting a Cowboys win. Now, on to the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tennessee Titans. And I got the Titans winning this 28-12. Now, the Titans, honestly, even without Derrick Henry, they're very good. And honestly, I expect them to do even better this week against the Saints, a Saints team that lost last week. And honestly, they lost to the Falcons. They did. And Trevor Siemian ain't going to do anything against this Tennessee defense. And the Tennessee offense will utterly destroy the New Orleans Saints secondary. Now, on to the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And I got the Colts losing this game 17-13. Now, I don't have Jacksonville winning this game. The Colts will lose it. Because honestly, Jacksonville is a terrible team. They won because they were the better team last week against the Buffalo Bills. But this week, they're not going to be the better team. They're just going to be the less bad team in this game. Because, to be honest, the Colts are bad. We know this. They just beat a Jets team which honestly lost their starting quarterback and during the game lost their backup. Now, honestly, I'm just going to say this. The Colts are terrible, but are they terrible enough to lose the Jags? Maybe, but I'm going to say there is an upset against the Indianapolis Colts. Now, on to the Detroit Lions taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Steelers will win this 100%, 23-14. Now, honestly, this is going to be a game where the Detroit Lions will get the lead at one point, but then due to errors on that defense, I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers will just run them over and take this win. Because honestly, even though that Steelers team is all right, honestly, I think Detroit is so bad that even when they have a lead, they'll lose it, and then they'll lose the game. Now, on to the Cleveland Browns taking on the New England Patriots. And I'm going to say Cleveland wins this 24-22. Now, without OBJ, they're better. But are they better than the Patriots? Right now, the Patriots are close. They're right now in the playoffs, unofficially, of course. But they are close to getting that division title. They're close to tying with the Bills, or better yet, surpassing the Bills. Now, I believe if they win and the Bills lose, they surpass the Bills. But if both of them win, the Bills stay on top. This is the thing. I believe that the New England Patriots will lose, mostly because the offense of the Browns will get going and win this game. Now, on to the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. And I believe the Chargers will win this 28-17. Now, the Chargers will win this game. Yes, they will. The Vikings have been doing well this week. And honestly, their near win against the Baltimore Ravens is proof of that. But it's not going to be a win for the Minnesota Vikings. Like, the Vikings are decent, but they're not good enough to take down a powerhouse like the Los Angeles Chargers. Of course, the Chargers haven't been doing that well either. But guess what? That's just honestly been bad days for Los Angeles. Minnesota has honestly been having good luck throughout the year. And honestly, I believe that this will 100% be a win for Los Angeles. Now, on to the Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals win it 33-17. Now, Arizona has been on top. They are on top, actually. What am I saying? They are. They are one of the best, or maybe even the best team in the National Football League. Even with Colt McCoy at quarterback, they were able to beat the 49ers. Now, this doesn't mean the 49ers are a terrible team that will never make the playoffs. There is still a chance, but it's a slim chance. And the Arizona Cardinals are 100 times better than the Carolina Panthers, who will have to start their backup quarterback because Sam Darnold broke his shoulder and will be out for this game. Now, on to the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Denver Broncos. And I believe this will be 23-19 win for Denver. Honestly, I think Denver can win this, mostly because the Eagles are bad. But the Eagles aren't that bad. They have an offense that could actually deal with that Denver defense, especially without their best pass rusher, not named Bradley Chubb, and that was Von Miller. And honestly, without Miller, I think the Denver Broncos are not going to be the same team. But to be honest, you don't have to be the same team to win. And honestly, I think that the Denver Broncos against a bad Eagles team will take a slim win away. Now, on to the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Green Bay Packers. And this game, the Seahawks, they'll win it 18-16. And honestly, I think that the Seattle Seahawks can win this mostly because Russell Wilson is back. But if Russell Wilson can't do anything and actually gets himself injured again due to the bad offensive line Seattle has, yeah, there's no hope for Seattle. Because if Aaron Rodgers plays, there's still a chance. If it's Jordan Love, there's an even bigger chance. But the chances there of them beating Green Bay at Lambeau Field is slim. But I believe that they will upset the Green Bay Packers. Now on Sunday Night Football, we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And I got the Raiders losing this 24-20. Honestly, I'm seeing this as a loss of the Raiders, mostly because their defense lost Damon Arnett, who actually screwed his own career. They've lost a big-time wide receiver in Henry Ruggs in about the same amount of time. And they lost their head coach, John Gruden, because of stuff they did bad. As you can see, they didn't lose them due to injury or due to them just being terrible. Because, first of all, John Gruden is a terrible person for what he said. Then you get Henry Ruggs, who wasn't terrible on the field, but clearly doesn't know how to control himself with alcohol. And then you get Damon Arnett, who can't control his emotions, who just puts things out on the internet. But the fact is, Kansas City, basically they still have all their players that still make a difference. And honestly, I think the Chiefs will make a difference on Sunday night. Now, for the final game, we got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And I believe the Rams win this 17-10. This is going to be a win mostly because the Rams have a good defense that Von Miller will be debuting as a Los Angeles Ram this week. So there's the defensive part. But the offensive part, you got Henderson, you got Sony Michel, you got Matthew Stafford, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, all these guys there that will make a difference. And honestly, I think the Los Angeles Rams should come out winning this game after taking a loss to the Titans. Now on to the byes, and starting it off with the Chicago Bears, who will take on the Baltimore Ravens next week. And then after the Chicago Bears, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, who will head to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. And officially then we got the Tennessee Titans at their home taking on the Houston Texans, who will be on a bye. And of course we finish it off with the New York Giants, who next week will head to Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady. Now, honestly, these teams on bye, Chicago's coming off a loss, so is Cincinnati, Houston as well, and New York coming off a win. The only one of those teams I expect to lose next week, New York. Or at least New York and Houston. Because Chicago and Cincinnati will come out strong, probably upset the Ravens, and probably upset the Raiders. Because honestly, I just see that as a possibility. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win this week? Who do you think will lose? And which team do you support? And are they going to win? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.